Now recording Craig. Thank you, Craig. It's been a time. It's been a while. We all know. You're famous.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Good evening, people of the Believe Me If You Don't podcast that you probably don't listen to that often. Tonight, we're going to talk about things like we normally do because we have no agenda, no script whatsoever. Um, yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Just been busy. Everybody been busy and stuff like that. And then I just really haven't felt. I was sick as ball sack last week, oddly enough. So 100% didn't feel like doing it. And I've just been playing too much Final Fantasy to really, try it and do
True,
something.
true.
Um, and then obviously I have been bad about setting up a schedule for like Donkey and them to get, or at least give them a heads up. So, because I know him and Kiwi are rating a lot more now. So, I will do better in the future. Anyways, tonight, as you could tell, it is not I only in this episode. Rak is here. Rak is back. How we feeling?
We're living life, bro.
Hell yeah. How many more weeks you got left of this semester?
6, I think.
Nice. You gonna finish strong?
Fucking trying.
Yeah. And then you have one or two more semesters.
One more semester. If everything
Hell,
goes correctly.
nice. Y'all have a December graduation, or did you have to wait until spring?
There's a December graduation.
Hell yeah. I've always found it odd that some places don't have Decembers, so you have to wait until spring to walk.
Now, some like USC also have like their program finishes in August, but you have to wait until the December graduation regardless.
No, that's just weird, but it's whatever. Are you are you going to walk?
Uh, Probably just for the family.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, that's great. So tonight it probably won't be a long episode or anything like that, just to talk, really, and get have an episode out there. Um, so I mainly wanted to talk about, I guess, my thoughts so far on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then I won't talk about Warzone yet, just because. But then I was going to do a bracket challenge because it's March and it's March Madness, guys. So we're going to try to do a bracket each week that we do an episode for the rest of the month. I know it's only like 3 more weeks, but um tonight we're going to do one on World of Warcraft raids. I wish Donkey was here so he could have a little input, but Rack and I will do our best on our thoughts.
With their
'Cause,
seriously outdated knowledge.
yeah, we have done some of these raids, so we'll have at least some knowledge and stuff like that. So, um, but starting off, anything new going on in your life?
Um, Not particularly.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's good. We just out here living with the child, letting him grow. He's
Like I said earlier, you know what I wanted.
yeah,
Carowinds opening day, missed it. Has no season pass this year. And then come up and hike somewhere around Hickory.
Hickory.
I'm sure there's like some trails near the
Oh,
Catawba.
oh yeah, 100%. There's some decent places. Y'all ain't got no mountains though.
I'm on the coastal plain.
Well, you need to find them mountains, bro.
There's swamp here.
Yeah, them
Swamp.
swampies. Can't be hiking in them swamps.
You can, but
um, work has been absolutely insane with the amount of stuff I'm having to do. So my mental focus is just insane. So, we out here.
what they got you doing? Actually, you can't talk about.
Well, so I don't ever if I ever told y'all, but I kind of got a promotion. I became like the official trainer for our team and stuff. So anybody new coming on, I would need to train them, and then I would need to do any retraining if somebody done that. So of course, in the past 2 weeks, we got 2 new hires. So I've been training them basically every single day for about 4 to 5 hours of my day. So yeah, it's been wonderful. On top of trying to do my stuff. Um, but yeah, we not sure. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out almost 2 weeks ago now. I've literally been playing it every single night that I've been capable of playing. Like, I couldn't play when I was sick just because it completely shut me down. But every other night, basically, I've been playing it. Like 2 to 3 hours. I am on chapter 8. I don't know how many there are. I would assume like 12 or 14. And I'm like close to 30 hours. So it has been, and it has been like a breeze of just doing shit. Um, and I guess I'll add a slight spoiler alert for like, I'm not going to go into story detail, but like regions and stuff. So you start out in the calm area, and I did basically everything in the calm area that you could do, the side quests, the main story part, and all the little um, extra stuff you could do. So they got like world intel things because you watched me a little bit last night, but so there is mainly like there's Moogles that you can discover. Like they have like a Moogle shop that you can go do. There's digging with your chocobos. Um, and so far, each region has had its own chocobo. It's not like the original one where you had to breed them and stuff, which is great because I hated breeding in the original, mainly for the golden chocobo and shit. But um,
What does this chapter go up to?
2 or 3 maybe. No, probably two for calm. Um, and then there's like a little side thing that has something to do with freaking Gilgamesh for whatever reason. He wasn't in the original from what I remember, but in Calm, you're like searching for these bandits and stuff to get his relic. But I actually did it backwards. So I skipped a little bit of Calm and then I went straight to Junon. And I did everything in Junon first and then went back to Calm. So in Junon area, they had like in the first one, well, no, I think it was in intermission. You got to play what was their board game called Fort Condor, because I don't think actual Fort Condor is going to be in any of these games. And I know if you played the original one or whatever, it was a pretty big event because you got like Phoenix and stuff, and you got to do the whole battling with the soldiers and stuff. So they implemented it into a board game. And so they tied Gilgamesh's story into this by having you fight to. He's like supposedly a general and stuff. But every time you beat it, it takes you to his world. And I asked Kiwi this, but I guess I didn't realize this. Um, Gilgamesh has always been a dumb character. in every Final Fantasy, I guess.
What do you mean?
Did like he's dumb. Like he's obviously um a master swordsman and stuff, but he's stupid. He's
Oh.
just straight up stupid.
Yeah, that's him.
He's like a comedy relief um and stuff, even though he's supposed to be this serious swordsman. So in just like in this one, he's still pretty dumb. So I'm looking forward to exploring the Corel region right now that I'm in with what his storyline is going to be, because I think I've 100% tried to avoid spoilers as much as I can, but I think he's going to be maybe a summon or at least a fight at the end if you do all of his side content, and that'll be fun. So, um, so far the boss fights have been pretty fun, not too difficult. I'm playing on like dynamic mode, which is supposed to adjust to you. Um, I will probably, just because of how much I'm loving this game, I will eventually play hard mode just to see if it is a little bit harder than dynamic. Because I know that was one of the complaints from, not complaints, but something that he wanted, Jordan, he wanted a little bit harder. And I feel like Final Fantasy games are just never hard to begin with. Well,
They can be all over the place.
yeah. Um, but like so far
Usually the mainline stuff is not super hard, but then the optional stuff is can be ridiculous.
oh yeah. I mean, I think that's great too, because you want to like the main story stuff. You don't want it to be too difficult, so because they are actually trying to tell a story, so you can get through it, and it's side content for a reason. If you want to do it,
Yeah.
so but yeah, I'll try to play on hard mode. But like once I beat the main story and have done a majority of the side content, I'll probably take kind of a break, and then go back to like Warzone or something like that. I don't know. If I could beat this game before Dragon Dogma 2 comes out, I'll maybe hop on that train. Have you seen the character creation for Dragon's Dogma 2?
No.
It's absolutely insane. Apparently, you can create basically anybody, anything you want to.
I guess I'll have to
Um,
look at it.
yeah. Um, but so far in the game, I've only acquired Yuffie, and then I am at the part where I'm probably gonna get Kate Sith eventually, and I'm curious to see his combat finally, because you played the original, right, or somewhat of it?
No. I
Oh,
know
you
of it,
didn't?
but I didn't play.
Okay. I never used Kate Sith because he was that whole thing where he was just like a slot
The slot
machine.
machine? Yeah.
Yeah. So I never used him. So I want to see him in this style of combat, what he can do. And with the whole synergy and stuff, I think it'll be interesting. So, um, from what you watched last night, I know it wasn't a lot, but like, what was your kind of thoughts on it?
I couldn't make heads or tails of a lot that was going on. It seemed like a continuation of the previous chapter. Because I only saw what it was like an arena thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
So no clue where you are, no clue what's going on in the world. Just that.
I understand. I understand. It's pretty linear so far. I'm hoping by the end of it it'll kind of open up a lot more. The fast traveling is phenomenal. Like you could just fast travel to any point that you've discovered. But it'll tell you once you get to a point, um like, hey, because I was at Mount Corel or whatever, it was like once you go to the Golden Saucer, you're not going to be able to come back here for a while. So I assume later on in the game, right there before because this one's supposed to end right before the big thing is supposed to happen at the Temple of Ancients and stuff. So hopefully it'll unlock like the whole world and you'll be able to go back. We're not gonna get the high wind or the airship and stuff, but like we'll have access to all the chocobos that can go on water, run up mountains, fly a little, and then we'll have the buggy that you can go in the Corel region, but you won't have high wind, I assume, until episode 3. But I don't even know how they're going to implement that with the amount of fast traveling that you can do within the game itself. So, um, what about like the aesthetics though and the graphics? What was you thinking of the little that you saw?
A bit dark right now. Hopefully, it brightens up as you're out in the larger world, though.
Yeah, yeah. It
It
does
just
get
reminded
bright.
me of Midgar so far.
Okay, yeah. I think it kind of like what when you're in um buildings and stuff like that or big areas like that, yeah, it's more on the darker side, but 100% when you get out in the world like I'm in Corel right now, it's very bright. I did have at the beginning, I had my brightness like all the way up and it was kind of it looked really bad. So, it is turned down now. Um but for me, graphics wise, I don't know. I am not disappointed, but just I'm curious of why. So, if you watch any of Final Fantasy 16, you can tell the difference in production and money that they spent on graphics in 16 versus Rebirth. And I'm not sure why. It's probably because this was a much fully fledged, more fully fledged game that they wanted to make sure everything was overall complete versus focusing on one thing. But some of it just I don't know, it doesn't look like top of the line. Like taking advantage of the PS5 and stuff like that. To me, it still looks for the most part like gorgeous, the world and whatnot. I just wish there was some little bit details because it still gives me like the 90s vibes of the game that you can just be running into people and you'll just run into boxes and they go flying and stuff like that. But like it almost gives me like there's like Play-Doh polygon areas. But obviously the cutscenes are phenomenal and any of the boss fights that you do, they're all pretty much, top of the line. So and I'm playing on I think I'm playing on performance mode because graphics mode there was an update before the game came out and it still isn't what people think it should be. So hopefully they in a future patch or something it'll get up to people's standards. And I'm sure once freaking it comes to PC, it'll people put it in like 4K and shit. So but yeah, overall the game is absolutely phenomenal. I'm looking forward to getting later into the game and you know just seeing more of the world and playing with, like I said, Kate Sith, um, more with Yuffie. She's pretty neat. But do you have any thoughts?
Mm, so, your PS5 does some kind of stream compression as it's going, so it's constantly changing quality, and I couldn't get a good beat off of it. And like I said, I haven't watched any videos or anything so far, so I really don't have a huge impression of the game so far.
Okay. Are you gonna try to watch anybody or like just anything if
I
you have
might.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk
It's
more off the record later.
true, true, true. All right. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do a WoW or World of Warcraft raid March Madness bracket style. And like they're broken up into each region, and then we'll just go through them. I'm streaming for Rak. Obviously, people listening, you can't see it. Um, but I will put it in our YouTube description if you want to do it yourself. If you're a WoW fan, I'm sure everyone who's listening is not, but you can go through and just see all the raids. I think this has like all the raids currently.
Good God.
So yeah. So we'll start out. We got Temple of Encourage or Battle of Desarlor, and that one was from BFA.
Yeah. I say better for Desire Lore.
I would have to. I That's one
I remember that's Janus fight, right?
Yeah,
That was hella good.
yeah. And then Temple, I don't know. I I know it was one of the OGs, but like it gives off very boring vibes to me to begin with. Um. So, but yeah, I think people really love Jaina's fight. So we'll go with battle. Mag's Lair or Mogashan Vaults. Ooh, I
Yeah,
loved
I like
Mag.
Mag Slayer.
I mean, I understand that fight was dumb, but it was fun as shit back in the day. Actually raiding it and being a tank, and then Mogashan, I
It was a good
hated.
intro raid.
It was I hated the
Stone Guard.
yes, Stone Guard was stupid. Now the dragon, what was Elegon?
Mm-hmm.
He was fun. Elegon was fun.
See, every fight in there had me doing something kind of stupid. Stone Guard. What did I have to do? I had to go in a side chat with Donkey to tank it properly. Garjol, I had to get an add-on to handle people going down in the ad realm. Mm, Elegon he was kind of straightforward. Didn't really have to do anything special other than tanking. And then Will of the Emperor, I had to like get out of chat so I could focus on dodging.
Bro, so many people we had just sucked at the dance. It was terrible. Um, so what are we feeling? I feel like overall Mogashan would just be a better raid.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that the later raids are just going to be like that because it had more polish with them.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll go with vaults.
Yep.
Ooh, Throne of Four Winds or Nyalotha.
Oh my god. This fucking boss.
Um, I don't
I
know.
think
See,
Nyalotha was better.
okay,
They only did it on Raid Finder for like a couple bosses. Throne of the Four Winds is of course more memorable for us because we lost out on the boss the night before the
it
patch
got
nerfed
nerfed.
him.
Yeah, and
Yep.
we could have
And
killed
then
that
we
shit.
one shot him the next night.
Yeah, we could have. We should have killed him. Um, yeah, I don't know. Personally, I hate the the beginning fight in Throne. I thought it was stupid. Alakir was fun for the most part. Um, but Nyalotha was fun, and it might have been because of the
The corruption mechanics,
the corruption mechanics. If you got the right ones, obviously,
the photon fuck cannon,
yeah, and what's his face at the end? I can't remember the name
is
of the
off.
actual. Yeah, N'Zoth. He was a fun fight. Huge area, so it's fun. It's great to have an actual open area to fight a boss and shit versus being crammed. So I think he was a great end boss. So I don't know. It's tough because of nostalgia for us, or like you said, more of a polish type thing for Nyalotha. What do you think? I'll give you the deciding vote.
I have to get a Nyalotha.
Okay, okay. I'm sure Donkey would have agreed. Ooh, now this one.
Oh fuck.
This is
Ooh.
wow.
Yeah.
Blackrock Foundry or
And I do
Hellfire
remember both
Citadel.
of these.
I I mean personally I go with Blackrock just because of what's his
Black
face?
Hand.
Black Hand was phenomenal, bro.
I'm gonna agree with you. BlackRock all the way.
Hellfire was Hellfire was good. I'm sure like people are gonna say Archimon, that's just an OG. Now his Mythify, I'm sure people would prefer over Blackhand and stuff, but I think overall Blackrock was just better to me. So
And I don't know if you can separate the raid from the patch it was in because of all the stuff you had to do. Um, Hellfire was kind of overshadowed by it being the last patch of the expansion and us being pissed about there being 2 raid cycles.
yeah. So
So yeah, BlackRock.
Blackrock, Blackhand, one of the best fights ever. ICC or Tomb. You know, here's the
This one's
thing.
actually really hard.
Really?
Yeah. ICC is classic for us. It
It
is
is.
what it is like the basis of modern WoW.
Mm-hmm.
But Tomb of Sargeras, well, now that I think on it, a lot of the bosses did kind of the same thing.
Yeah, and if you had to bring immunities and shit, like if you didn't, you were just screwed.
Yeah.
I hated KJ,
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see that. 100%.
but yeah,
Hmm. On this one, I think I'll go with the classic ICC.
okay, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, and plus it was just a bad time for me during that period for Tomb that I hated, Vigil so much. I just can't ever, never. I want to erase that part of my rating part. So
I mean, we could go back and change how everything worked out from like 2014 on, yeah. But
yeah, Blackwing Lair or Heart of Fear.
Heart of Fear.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
feel like Blackwing's just bland as shit. So yeah, Heart Fear. Heart Fear was fun. Ooh, Firelands or Sunwell.
This one's more of a question for you. 'Cause I know what I think.
I mean, the absolute peak of my hunter performance and just fun overall is Firelands.
Hell yeah.
Because of survival, I got to play it and it was just such a fun spec during that. I can't not do Firelands.
And that was just when it was fun raiding with everybody together.
Absolutely.
Firelands
Oof.
it is.
Baird and Holders
Where are these
Ruby.
on here?
I'm not sure. I hated Baird and Hold, but
Yeah.
Ruby Sanctum was hard as balls.
Mm,
It was like a depression to do Baron and Hold because on Horde we had to finally get there to win and
yes.
stuff. So
They took the Winter Grasp idea and Winter Grasp and Wrath was okay, but then our population kept going down, so we never got to do Bear and Hold.
yeah, Ruby Sanctum,
Go for it.
Old Deer or Molten Core.
Old Deer.
Yeah, Old
Molten
Deer.
Core is
Old
the original, and they didn't really have anything built in yet.
no. Old Deer was fun. I for whatever reason played Mage during this, and it was super fun. High Maul or Nax? Now, are we going to go off of OG Nax or are we going to go Wrath Nax?
Mm,
It doesn't
your call.
specify. I mean,
Because
the
I
only
didn't
one
do
I
either.
did, only one I did was Wrath, and it was fun, but I was in a sucky guild, so we sucked in it, even though it should have been super easy. It honestly, it felt like an early mythic dungeon because of how fast you wanted to go in it. So like it wasn't important or anything. Hi Maul.
I keep Emperor Margok as one of my favorite bosses. He was great for where he was.
I understand, but I have a hatred for
I
Emperor.
I know you do. You had computer issues with him.
So, but we were able to accomplish it. So, and Butcher was fun as shit. So, I'll
I
go
did
High Maul.
not like healing that fight.
Oh yeah, I'm sure no one did. I'll go High Maul.
I didn't do either of these.
Um, I did both. Nighthold was break. 1 second. Okay. So Nighthold or Nathria. Uh, Nathria was a very cool vibe,
But
but I didn't care for the fights too much. Nighthold had some really fun fights with the Scorpion at the beginning was hella fun if you're an AoE whore. And then Gul'dan was a hard but fun fight in my opinion. Now I know some people will probably put um Denathrius ahead of him. He was a very cool end boss, but overall, I think Nighthold I would prefer Nighthold just a little bit more. And Legion was a much better expansion. I'm not holding that against Castle Nathria because that is one of the better raids in what was it Shadowlands?
yeah,
Yeah, Shadowlands. So, but I think just Nighthold is just a little bit better.
fair enough.
Ulduar or Battle for Mount Hajal? Ulduar, I
Not
do
really a
agree.
question.
I do agree. I had some fun times in battle in Mount Hajal, but there's just so much running in there. It's just ridiculous, and it's ad fighting. So I understand. Ulduar is just too iconic, and most part is good. I mean, only Nixie's Lair of Terrace. We had
Terrace,
fun in Terrace.
Terrace, we had fun.
Ooh,
Ugh.
Eye of Attorney or VOA. Now, VOA, very boring fights. Eye of Eternity, if you hated flying mechanics, you just weren't a fan. So,
Phase 2 sucked.
yeah, it was just what was it? 1, 1, 2, 3 or whatever. I don't remember the span.
Depending on what you were on.
Yeah. It was
Um,
neat, but
I want to do Eye of Eternity just because I don't want a trash raid to be on there.
I understand. Yep. We'll go Eye of Eternity. Ooh, Dragon Soul or the Eye. Tempest Keep. Mm, bad memories or
Or
what?
bad memories.
I hated Alar being a tank back in the day. Loot Reaver obviously is there, and then I can't remember the
Instruments are in Kael'thas.
yeah. Kale is just awesome, and I don't know. Does he is he better than the rest of the fights in Dragon Soul? Because there are some good ones, and obviously we know Madness is terrible.
The fights in Dragon Soul up to, well, yeah, up to War Master just get better, and then after that it kind of stops.
Yeah, like I'm fine with Spine. You know, was supposed to be a lead up to the final one, and it should have been.
Thematically, they're cool. Execution, not so much.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Kale, as much as I love your fight and stuff from back in the day, it just Dragon Soul overall is a better raid.
I agree.
You know, with Cataclysm Classic coming back, I wish if they truly chose just one time to redo something in this classic version of things, just redo Madness. I don't care if it takes an entire other team. If you redo that fight, leave everything else, I promise you would bring back people. Bastion or Taurus.
I think Antaurus is better.
Yeah, Bastion was fun at the beginning. Halfus was a fun ass fight, honestly, if you took advantage of your classes and everything like that. The dragons, I don't really care for. The council is cool, but I mean, Cho'Gall's awesome. But Taurus is,
Cho'Gall was a pain in the ass to tank, at least on 10 man.
I mean, yeah,
So much going on, and you had so little you could do.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, Taurus was fun for me at least. And you know, it's just one of those things. It just is a overall better raid. All right. So we got. Oh, so we're gonna complete this and then we'll go to the other side.
Yep.
We can start running through these two. So we got Battle Desire
What?
Lore and Mobishan.
Why is it repeating?
So we're on this side first,
Oh,
and then
God.
we'll have to go to that one. I don't know
It's
why
okay.
it did that.
Battle. Yep.
Okay, yeah, battle's fine. Ooh,
Mm,
I, I
BlackRock.
just yeah, I agree. I'm just Blackhand, dude. ICC, right?
Yep.
ICC over Heart of Fear. Fire. I mean, that's not even.
Duh.
Don't even have to do. Old Deer or High Mall.
They're kind of in the same tier.
I think so. Um. So like,
So this one's kind of which expansion was better then, because they're the first raid. You didn't really have heater access.
I I had more fun in High Mall, even though because of the Hunter spec I was playing was ball sack, but it was fun. But I don't know, Mage was fun for me in Old Deer, but I don't know, just some of those fights I didn't really care for
I wasn't
as much.
mainline raiding by that time, so
Yeah, I personally would go to High Mall.
yeah, we'll
So
go time all.
all right, Nighthold or Old War.
Old War?
Yeah, that's what I would lean towards Old War. It's just too iconic, so many fun ass fights. So we'll go Old War.
Easy.
There's
Paris.
Dragon Soul and Taurus.
And Taurus, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Let's finish it off. BlackRock, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Firelands this
yeah.
time.
Firelands. Old
Hmm.
War.
Old War, I guess.
Okay. Old War it is. Probably in Taurus.
Probably.
Ooh.
This one's just pitting memories against each other, so we know which one it has to be.
BlackRock?
That's not big memories for me.
So that's what you want to choose, right?
Mm-hmm. Are we split?
I mean, I go Firelands. It's just it's too important to me. What do you think?
That's what I was picking.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay, okay. Firelands, that's good. That's good. Hmm. Nostalgia or just overall probably better?
You know, I think Antorus was kind of the end of our main WoW story.
Okay,
So I think we'll go there.
I can understand that. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Really? Come on now. Yep. Firelands it is.
okay.
Ooh.
Other side of the bracket.
Damn, this is hard.
This one is absolute. Throne of Thunder or Siege, bro. Two of the best raids of that expansion and two of the best raids overall, I think.
With the joke, the April Fool's joke years back for Throne of Thunder, they did like what the bosses were named, and for Lei Shen, his name was just this is what perfection looks like.
I
And I cannot disagree with that even today.
Li Shan was a absolutely astonishing fight. I don't
It's hard. But I guess I'm going Throne of Thunder.
I mean that's fair. Either one of them is an absolute winner.
Yeah.
So, but I think Throne of Thunder just edges it out a little bit. So, go Throne. Ooh, TOC or Gruul's. I back in the day loved Gruul's Lair tanking wise. But I know it's easy as crap. And TOC, I don't know. Because I feel like they were a lot of throwaway bosses.
Yeah.
So,
TFC got rushed. Gruul's has one boss.
yeah. But it's a fun boss.
Mm.
But I don't think, I mean, what's the end boss in TOC would probably just be better than overall all of Gruul,
Oh yeah.
right? So,
Anubarak was better than Gruul.
yeah. So we'll go TOC. Crucible or Obsidian Sanctum? I didn't do Crucible. I know it's classified as one of the hardest raids in all of World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I never saw any of the bosses.
So everyone hated it. Obsidian Sanctum at the beginning was fun.
Impossible.
It was impossible, yes. It was fun as crap with all the chaos going on, and if your computer could handle with everything going on. So I don't know, because like I said, I think a lot of people view Crucible as a good raid, but wondering why it's there because it's like a two boss raid and it was in between, I think.
Yeah.
So they didn't have much time to do it. Versus Obsidian was at the beginning and doing SAR 3D, which is so fun. So,
Guess we'll do Obsidian.
yeah, just a fun factor. TOV or Black Temple?
I think Trial of Valor was one of the best things they did, wasn't it?
It was absolutely phenomenal, I thought, with just the three bosses, but they were so fun. Like, I can't remember the first guy, but he was fun. And then you had Guarm. He was a butcher style, but even more chaotic. And then Helya. For me, because I got to play, I think it was Marks at the time with Barrage that was uncontrollable and you could hit literally the world. Helya was so fun. Um, but Black Temple, the only thing I would obviously go with was Illidan being a phenomenal fight.
Mm.
The rest of it is just very forgettable.
Yeah.
So
Probably
we'll go
go
2V. Blackwing or Serpent Shrine?
Personally, Blackwing. Descent.
I I love Serpent Shrine, but because I have bad memories of me being a dick, I'll go Blackwing. Emerald Nightmare or Eternal Palace.
Uh,
This is Vosh's fight, if you
uh,
don't remember. Um, and then Emerald Nightmare.
Emerald Nightmare, thematically and artistically, was better polished, but it had that little drawback of people doing Mythic Zeros and
Yeah,
just getting tons of loot beforehand, so it kind of got wiped out.
obliterated.
Yeah,
Yeah, had they not anticipated, well, I mean, they should have anticipated because they know WoW nerds go ham. So if they wouldn't have had that basically endless grind for people, then I think it would have been a little bit better or perceived a little bit better. Um, but
'cause the intro to the last boss is incredible.
yes, so
You just go down to that pit that's full of shadows, and then suddenly they retreat, and here he comes.
yeah, still go Eternal.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, so we're on that song. So we got. I mean, this is.
not a question.
Yep, Throne of
The Throne
Thunder.
of Thunder.
Tia.
Trial of Valor. Yep.
Yep, Trial.
Hmm.
Blackwing, right? I feel like it
Yeah, I
was
think so.
Blackwing. At least for us, I think it would be Blackwing.
Yep.
Ooh,
Mm.
it's yeah. I mean, this is a great fight, but I still think Throne is just so much better.
Yep.
So we'll go with Throne of Thunder over
Throne,
Trial.
there's more, and there's more variety.
Throne over Blackwing, right?
Same thing. Yep.
Yep. Okay, is this
Here we
is this
are.
the finale? Okay.
Yep.
Ooh. Ooh.
Firelands versus the Throne of Thunder. They're both the summer raids of their expansions, which are
And
no.
we both did them
Yeah, we
as a
both did
group.
them at our peaks. Death Knight and Monk, and you Hunter.
Yes. I don't remember what spec I was in. So that's Mop. So I probably still had to play. Was I playing survival?
You were.
Okay, it was still viable then.
Firelands, I was still on the crap top, DCing every bad pull. God. Throne of Thunder, I had other extraneous issues that made me had to leave now and then, but still better. Yeah, yeah. Throne of Thunder, baby.
Yeah,
Firelands will live on as a wonderful memory, but Throne of Thunder was better.
yeah. Unfortunately, I do have to agree. As much fun as I had in playing survival in Firelands, just Throne was from top to bottom more fun and just an incredible raid and just fun time playing during that time that will never be replaced. So our winner is Throne of Thunder. That that's awesome. That was awesome that we got two raids that we actually got to that we raided together with and like our OG group was with in the amount of raids that have been throughout the years that we didn't play and shit and we got those two. So,
Got them at their prime.
yes sir.
Well, we might need Donkey's opinion to hear about prime, but for us, that's obviously the prime.
Yeah, I think BlackRock would hold one for him and maybe Nyalotha. I don't think Firelands would be for him. Throne, I think he has to at least give a consideration. Um, I bet TOV might be in there, and maybe Hellfire Citadel for them, because that was like one of their first raids in their new guild and stuff,
Oh yeah.
doing Mythic, beating Archimon. So, but yeah, I think I could save this one. So I'll save the one that we did, and then I'll link it so whoever, if you're listening and you want to do them, maybe Donkey will fill one out, and we'll have him on the next one. He can combat us and stuff. But overall, that was fun. Um, I mean, that's basically all I wanted to really come on and talk about and stuff. So we'll wrap it up there. Do you have anything that you want to say? Go out with?
Hmm. Let's see. Listeners, I'm glad y'all listened to us ramble on for how long has this been going on now?
A year, almost a year and a half.
Damn. Did we do the anniversary episode?
Yes, I think
Okay.
you were there. I think you were there.
I don't remember anymore. Everything has run together. But we've been doing this for this long and still talking about the past. Maybe we have some future stuff to think about at some point.
Yeah, I still have
Titties.
titties, the greatest line ever. Um, so yeah, we'll end it there. Thank you for listening. We got socials. Keep up to date with them. Spatchy123 for Twitter/X. Believe me, if you don't, podcasts for the YouTube, for Spotify, for Anchor. If you want to go listen, give us a follow, rate us, tell us we're shit. Doesn't matter. But thank you for listening. And remember, we're gonna get it right because there's only two of us, and don't can't mess it up. And remember, you can continue
To believe us.
if you
Don't.
yeah.